According to The Guardian from 2016, vinyl has reached a 25-year high in sales. Here at Leeds Record Festival, we questioned why people think records have suddenly increased in popularity.
I think it's like the authenticity of it, the picture sleeve, the inners.
Perhaps it's the records they've heard on their parents' record collections when they were younger. And I also think there's something pleasurable about having an artifact in your hand. As good as technology is, and streaming and Spotify and whatever, there's something nice about having a record.
We had one in Doncaster on sale, Led Zeppelin, £1,000 they had on the vinyl. People like the original, in the original packaging, that's what they're buying. And the students like the artwork, that's what they're buying too. Everybody was throwing it away at one time, but now they're all buying it again. Yeah, so it's all very interesting, really.
Anybody want a jam donut? We've had enough.
In April of 2016, a poll created by the ICM exposed that almost 50% of people who bought a vinyl album the previous month had yet to listen to it, as well as 41% have a turntable that they have never used, while 7% of those who purchase vinyl don't own a record player.
There was no record shop in the town, and I saw that there was a gap in the market. I'd worked in record shops before and really enjoyed it, and so I decided it was time to do something, and I opened a record shop, and that's why, really. I guess, you know, the average demographic of my customer is male, sort of 40 plus. A lot of sort of middle-aged people are kind of recapturing their youth by buying back records that they once owned, but for whatever reason they sold or they lost. But that said, I also have quite a lot of young people coming in who are discovering vinyl for the first time. The internet is obviously you know, a force to be reckoned with, and it has obviously a major impact because a lot of people do all their shopping online, and that includes you know, vinyl and CD releases. So it does have an impact, and we're always mindful of you know, the prices that things get listed on Amazon.
More than ever, music listeners are turning to streaming services: Spotify, SoundCloud, Bandcamp, Tidal, and Apple Music. Last year, the BPI, known as the British Recorded Music Industry, claimed that approximately 45 billion audio streams came from 2016. It's estimated that if a format such as YouTube were to be included, these statistics would actually double. Millennials themselves use entertainment, media, and music apps more than 75% than any other age group.
I think there's a lot of bad rep around the whole streaming thing, and obviously you're getting your music for free, and it can be sometimes not great for the artist because, you know, it depends on what cut of the royalties and stuff you get. But I don't know, it's only kind of similar to what people in last century did. They tape recorded the radio, and that's how they got their music. They didn't always pay for it, and I think although artists should definitely be respected for what they produce, and they should have the value and see the value. I think what's ever so slightly more important is just the fact that people are listening to it and getting into it, and
it's better than them not doing it at all.
Yeah, exactly. The Spotify revolution's been really good because it's sort of capitalised on the streaming thing, and you don't have to pay a lot for it, and sometimes you don't even have to pay anything for it. But the artist still gets a little bit of money. Even for people who don't pay for Spotify, they just get the advertising.
An overall of 47.3 million CDs were purchased in 2016, a drop of 11.7% since the previous year, while downloads nosedived by 29.6%, with only 18.1 million albums being bought online. 4 years ago, when the download market was at its peak, that digit was 32.6 million.
It's really interesting, the music industry, in terms of the way it's gone.
Yeah.
Like when we signed our deal and everything, this was a while back, people were talking about how, like iTunes, because this is when it was just, you buy your music, you put it on your computer, blah, 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 blah. They were saying it's all going streamed, and we were like, is it really?
Yeah.
Because we didn't know anything about it.
A lot of bands are kind of trying to chase the new sound, and like but a lot of people interpret that as what's going on at the moment.
No.
Whereas really, if you want to be big and you want to be innovative and you want to be creative, you've got to be thinking, what are people going to be listening to in like next year?
Time, yeah.
And you can never guess that. So the best bet you've got is to just be yourself.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just impossible to explain exactly why you love something so much.
I think don't take what you're doing too seriously would be one of my things.
My advice to anyone is to do something that you're passionate about, and if you're really passionate about music and you're passionate about vinyl as a format, then you can, in theory, translate that into a successful business. So go for it.
It's hard to just judge what's good and bad because everyone's good and bad is going to be different.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I've found, that when I did music as a subject, I felt it was very like, well, you can't do this. Tell me why it's good, and it's like, well, it's good because I think it's good, or he thinks it's good. You can't.
But it wasn't good because
it.
it didn't have this atonal part.
Yeah.
It didn't have this major.
It wasn't inspired by some music that I'm not particularly inspired by myself.
Yeah, so I think if the teaching and encouragement of creative subjects is going to be improved, it's got to be done in much more of an experience way.
What do you think will be the next big thing? Ultimately, it's up to your generation to decide. Keep listening to find out.